Good morning. The head of the Secret Service is now in Florida for reviews following this incident. The FBI is leading the investigation into the case. FBI Director Patel saying on X, the FBI is dedicating all necessary resources in the investigation. We will continue working closely with Secret Service as well as our state and federal partners, and will provide updates as we are able. President Trump was not in Mar-a-Lago when this happened. He was at the White House, where he hosted governors from across the country over the weekend. Still, lawmakers and administration officials are once again calling for the temperature to come down. Authorities identified the suspect as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin from North Carolina. They say Martin was spotted by the north gate of Mar-a-Lago overnight Sunday, carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and fuel can. You see it there. Here's what authorities say happened next.
A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene.
Police from Moore County, North Carolina, say a relative had reported Martin missing around the same time this shooting took place. The missing person case has been turned over to federal investigators. The sheriff's office says Tucker had no history with them before this missing report was filed.
It was never easy for me. I was born a poor black child.
That was quick. Bam! There you go. That's funny. It was never easy for me. I was hustling, man. I was hustling. Yeah, I ate mac and cheese and whap.
It was just like hustling.
I was hustling. Why do they do that? Why do they do it? Why do they do it? It's always the same thing. And we're going to have some fun today. We're going to have some fun this morning. I'm in a very good mood. We're going to have a blast. This is going to be a funny show. I don't know why they do it. Why do you go full retard? Yeah, you ever watch Tropic Thunder? Don't ever go full retard. Can we get that clip? Can we get that as a soundbite? Get me that as a soundbite. You went full retard. Don't ever go full retard. This is when Robert Downey Jr. did the black pigmentation surgery to become black for a role in Tropic Thunder. Remember this? This is like what Gavin Newsom's trying to do live. And it's just going to be a repeat of the same thing that we've seen for the last 40 years from the Democrat Party. The roots of all of this, of course, make a lot of sense if you go and check in on what LBJ said about black people in America. Go ahead and quotes I can't say live on the stream. Get the stream banned. It's crazy. I mean, they've been pretty obvious. It's been pretty obvious what's been going on. And it sounds like in 2028 we're going to get the same, but even more cringe from the Democrat Party. It's going to be exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in a great mood. Team USA wins. Today is Monday, February 23rd, 2026. Canada has been conquered. Pretty sure Canada's ours at this point. Klein, did you check this morning? Did you check Google Maps? Is Canada ours yet? Does it say so on Google Maps? They just like blast the border straight forward. I mean, at some point, you're just going to have to capitulate. We drink your milkshake. Canada not ours yet? All right. We should check on Google Maps every single morning. We're going to check every morning to see if they just like made Canada. I think Google will just do it. Google's more powerful than Canada. Canada has an economy that makes less money than Alabama. Alabama! Forrest Gump style. Alabama! Talking about going full retard. This is an amazing moment. And Canada has like one thing going for it, and it's hockey, and we just stole that. So they got nothing. It's time. You can become the 51st state, and then put up that map. Put up that map one more time, please. You can see Canada right there. Let's pop that up. See Canada right there, and then you see Greenland. Doesn't that belong? This should belong to all of us. Wouldn't that be great? Look at all that. Take all of that and Trump Tower on every one of those little islands. I'm sure they're all beautiful. And that's a Greenland, right? Look at that giant piece of ice. We can take the whole rest of that. Be beautiful. Who wants a summer home on one of those little islands, on one of those little Greenland islands? Canada, we drink your milkshake. And Team USA wins 2-1. And the first time that we've won gold in 46 years. Gold on the anniversary of the miracle in Lake Placid against the Soviets. And we're fighting communism again when we defeated Canada. A glorious, glorious moment. So much dunking going on, so much excitement going on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. Also, a Trump assassination. I've lost count. Is it 4 now? Another Trump assassination at Mar-a-Lago. We're going to talk about all of it today on the show. Rep. Wesley Hunt will be on to chat Gavin Newsom and also his upcoming election. Very exciting for Senate in Texas. It's going to be an exciting primary. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now. Hogan Gidley will also be on the show to preview the State of the Union. My name is Benny Johnson, and this is The Benny Show. Join us, ladies and gentlemen, in enjoying our Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee matters, as we say on this program all the time. Blackout Coffee is the coffee that fills our cup. It is the coffee that we drink because, well, I'm a caffeine addict, and 2, you need the energy to fight the communists. And on America's 250th anniversary, on our 250th birthday, what a beautiful time to start investing in companies that invest in this country. Blackout Coffee creates American jobs while creating delicious coffee like Morning Reaper, Brutal Awakening, 1776 Dark Roast, that's my favorite, or the 2A Medium Roast. The Blackout Coffee subscription makes sure that you can get the best deals. You sign up and save more, free shipping, and free coffee through their rewards program. Ladies and gentlemen, perfect for work, travel, or keeping in your desk go bag. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Benny and use the code Benny for 20% off your first order. That's blackoutcoffee.com/Benny. Support American jobs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's so much going on, so much happening. I guess let's do real quick top line, because I thought this news was absolutely crazy. We have the Mar-a-Lago armed gunman that was able to get within yards of the president's residence. This is something that I just wanted to sort of cover off the top because this was huge breaking news yesterday morning. There have been 4 presidents who have been assassinated in our country's history. Lincoln, McKinley, Garfield, and Kennedy. There have been assassination attempts, guys like Teddy Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, and Ronald Reagan all went through assassination attempts, and perhaps there's many, many more that we haven't even heard about. But there's only one president who survived multiple, and now I'm counting 4 assassination attempts whilst running or in office, and that's President Trump. Crazy what happened yesterday. A young man named Austin Tucker Martin broke into Mar-a-Lago, a place that we've been to, of course, many, many times. Very hard to break in. Confusing how he was able to get in because it's a walled estate that is a very secure perimeter. He was able to get in with a can of gas and a shotgun recently purchased and charge the actual home. Now, I mean, the dude was going there on the weekend. These are the times when President Trump is typically there. He was going there with a vendetta to clearly kill and burn the place down. Very poorly thought out, but nonetheless, the intention is there, and that's all that matters, is his intent. And he was confronted by Secret Service agents who put him down, thank God, but they put him down while he was pointing his shotgun at them, presumably in a firing stance. That's what the authorities said. So trying to kill Secret Service agents. This is insanity. 4 assassination attempts. In Butler, the assassination attempt, obviously, with Ryan Ralph. The assassination attempt from the Iranian officials. This was like a proven case. You could see the money transacted. You could see the messages. They were paying to kill Donald Trump. Now, there are a lot of different reports of various mystery drones following Trump's motorcade that had to be shot down. Various drones have been blown out of the sky. Thankfully, the Secret Service has the capacity to do this. And our military, President Trump in Pennsylvania was followed by a number of mystery drones. Anyway, they've taken different precautions Just a reminder that Ryan Routh was trying to blow his plane out of the sky. That was the goal. They got rid of a deer stand and at the Palm Beach Airport, now named the Donald J. Trump Airport. Is that correct, Klein? Yeah. So we have like the Donald J. Trump Airport, Palm Beach Airport, formerly known. You had a deer stand that was right next to where President Trump gets off the plane. You've all seen him descend the staircase, right? Here, this is like a good photo of this. This is one time where this is the one time that you can state with regularity that the president is sort of exposed in general to the greater public surroundings. And they found a freaking deer stand that was sitting there within perfect eye line of Donald Trump exiting Air Force One. They, of course, got rid of it, but we haven't heard anything about it. Is that an assassination attempt? Obviously. What other explanation would there be? And, of course, this. So who the hell is Austin Tucker Martin? Well, he's a kid. He was a privileged kid. He lived in a $1.1 million home. He lived with his parents, of course. He worked at a golf course from North Carolina. His brother's in the Army. His parents allegedly are Trump supporters. And what has been found about this guy is that he was obsessed with the Epstein files. This is why you've got to lock it in. Got to live in reality. And we've tried our hardest on this program to help people live in reality and to talk through what is real and what is not inside of these files. And when you lose your mind, when you are a Thomas Massey cultist, when everybody and everything is like hiding the most evil and satanic sex crimes from you day and night, that's not actually the case. The people who do this kind of stuff deserve to be called out. But as we have demonstrated on this program, we seem to be the only program interested in it, the only people who are totally and completely compromised in these Epstein files happen to be Democrat mega super donors, the Barack Obama and Joe Biden administrations, who did nothing, and in fact helped Jeffrey Epstein, assisted Jeffrey Epstein, the George Bush administration, who let Jeffrey Epstein off the hook with a slap on the wrist when he could have been and should have been serving life in prison without option for parole. Democrat megadonors like Bill Gates and Reid Hoffman, Democrat superstructure people like Larry Summers, Harvard, Dershowitz. These are the kind of people that have really like clearly been hit in the blast radius. Prince Andrew, famous lefty Prince Andrew, and his filthy family. You know, this blast radius has really like hit hard the Democrat superstructure. A lot of these people have had to resign. Kathy Rumler, for instance, all of them, many of them should be, I think, put under investigation, prosecuted. I hope that happens. I really do. But the blowback on Trump has been de minimis, yet you wouldn't know that in the corporate media. You wouldn't know that in what is no doubt the media that was consumed by this young man who was consumed by this story. TMZ noting that he was obsessed with Epstein. They have emails and text messages. You can show them. You can see them here of him texting his fellow co-workers about how obsessed he was with Epstein. And so I don't know if that's 100% the reason why he shot up Mar-a-Lago, but he just sent this text message. I mean, he just sent this text message hours before he goes and shoots up Mar-a-Lago. He says, you have to read on the Epstein files, evil is real and unmistakable. I totally agree. But why would you go shoot up Mar-a-Lago? He says, we got to do what we can about these people. Well, I mean, you shoot up Mar-a-Lago because you think Trump's in on it. But he's not. And we've, again, proven that demonstrably. And if he was, then you got to have moral integrity and intellectual consistency and then call them out too. And we have called out the administration. We have said this looks horrible for guys like Steve Bannon. It does. Okay? Just is a matter of fact. We have called out the administration, of course, on the way that they released this, the lies that were told about it. But you got to be, if you're going after Trump, if you're trying to kill Trump because of this, then you've had your brain fried. Trump is the unsung hero in all of these files. That's an absolute and total matter of historic record and fact. So I don't know what to do for you, man. I don't know what to do. Very dangerous, very scary. But in spite of the fact that Donald Trump had another assassination attempt on his life, Donald Trump was straight up calling, amazing, calling Team USA after a awesome kick-ass victory yesterday. White House brutally trolls Canada with vicious dig at Team USA after they win Olympic gold, first time in 46 years. First or second time in your lifetime or mine. First time in my lifetime. It's a beautiful thing. And I want to say Kash Patel's getting dragged today because Kash Patel was there celebrating. Couple of things. I think it's a wonderful thing. Okay, let's go through these clips. First off, Jack Hughes is the winner. He scores the golden goal and is the game winner for Team USA. Here's what that goal looked like. Do we have that, ALX? Can we grab that? It's like just inspiring. But he scores the game-winning goal. He is the hero of the moment. His name's Jack Hughes. And what we have seen what we are so used to seeing from our petulant athlete class is that their agents or whatever tell them that it's really smart to attack America and to be overtly political in these moments and to disintegrate and atomize and divide. And of course, Megan Rapinoe is an example of this. She was the blue-haired freak on the Team USA Soccer who hated her country, repulsive political activist, thick narcissist. She just completely fell off. Nobody gives a damn about her anymore. She's lost all of her endorsements because of this. A grotesque and truly repulsive figure, the worst of all sports. And I want to say something that I think is really important because I don't want to be I don't want to be a dork here. Killer Klein knows this. Killer Klein's a big UFC fan. I love going to UFC. If I get a chance to go to an NFL game or whatever, I'll go. I don't often go, mainly because I'm working. We're trying to build this company. But I don't have anything against sports. Sports have something against me. Okay? I don't like this. I don't like this whole I don't care about sports. Sports is dumb. Sports is culture. If you want to save culture, you can't just write off sports and say it doesn't matter. None of this matters. It does matter. It matters a lot. It matters to see your country win. It's good when you see your country win. If you continually see your country lose, that actually has an effect on your psyche. If you continually watch people like Megan Rapinoe, fail, here she is, her last play, people saying this was an act of God. Her last game as Team USA captain, they blow the whistle to start the game, and she immediately breaks both of her knees. She immediately shatters both of her fibias or whatever. I don't know what happened, but she couldn't even walk afterwards, right? And then she in the post game, she's like, "This is proof that God isn't real." Okay, lady, I could maybe I could make the alternative argument. It's proof that God is real. But the point is that when you watch these athletes denigrate their country and denigrate the flag, it actually has a psychological effect. Sports are culture. Sports are meant to demonstrate in their perfect form what we are capable of as a species, as a people, as a nation, as a race, the race of the American people. We're just the all-time greatest country on earth. Proven here, of course, in the Olympic victory. Here's the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Hockey. Let's pop up the actual winning goal. Thank you. Here's the moment. Can we hear it?
Back across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal.
If you don't get a little goosebumps there, this is culture. To be a dork and to be like, I don't like sports. I don't want sports. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter. We should fight for it mattering. It's uplifting to see your country win. It's uplifting to see athletes give credit to God and to Christ. It's uplifting to an incredible trend. It's uplifting to see your people be victorious. All of us, the vast majority of this country, what people call Native Americans, legacy or heritage Americans. We are like the outcasts of Europe. We're like the fighting class. We're the brutes. We're the working class, discarded class of Europe. We're what the base of the Statue of Liberty talks about. You know, give us your dirty masses. And we're brutes at heart. And we've made our own new warrior class, our own new Roman legion, our own new Spartan class. That's what Americans are on the world stage. It's important to prove that with great feats of strength. For all cultures, all great cultures everywhere have always had sports, and they've always had sports as a testimony to who they are as a people. That's why it matters. And that's why it's absolutely critical that our own federal government backs up Team USA. And that's what we saw with Kash Patel, who was celebrating. I see no problem with this. Kash Patel was broing out in the locker room. And you just play it as a play beside, please. Like, he was broing out, he's chugging beers. Kash Patel was doing what men do when they conquer. But he wasn't part of the team. Kash Patel is on Team USA. First off, he's the FBI director. But second off, he's a huge hockey fan. He plays hockey. He plays intramural hockey. He knows half the guys on the team. They personally invited him down there because Kash is a huge supporter of the sport. Like, wait a second. Barack Obama was drinking beers every time he got the chance. Look it up. One of the most famous things that happened in the Obama era was something called the Beer Summit at the White House. You can't drink a beer on government time? Shut up. Y'all had no problem when Obama was doing it. This is a great photo. Here's the Beer Summit at the White House. People praised Barack Obama for this, and it was inside the White House. Okay. Whatever, you know? Like, seriously, whatever. I don't care. And you shouldn't either. What's wrong with celebrating with Team USA? You know, the Joe Biden administration, they were filming pornos inside of the Senate. Transgenders were doing strip teases outside of the White House. Dylan Mulvaney was interviewing Joe Biden in the White House. There were bags of cocaine. Cocaine was literally like spread all over the floors. It looked like Tony Montana. Scarface White House. They didn't care when coke and hookers, when Hunter Biden was living at the White House. They didn't care. There's nothing wrong with Kash Patel. There's nothing wrong with Kash Patel going and celebrating with Team USA. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. You'll get no Karen condemnations from me. You can separate this. You have to put it in different silos. You can separate this from the job as FBI director, which which you have every right to have gripes with this. But there's absolutely nothing wrong in a silo. That's a good thing, actually, to have the federal government celebrating with our country instead of, like, I don't know, celebrating at the World Economic Forum with globalists who want to destroy us. Yeah, celebrating with having margaritas with Kilmar in El Salvador. I love how they put the cherry on the rims. I mean, that's just perfect. I mean, that's just perfect. Anyway, President Trump calling Team USA. I listened to this morning. I said, this is my president, man. This is the greatest thing ever. Listen to this. It's a preview of the State of the Union, so I want you to hear it. Listen to how happy Trump is.
1 minute.
Look how proud this dude is.
By the way, your goalie played not bad.
How are you? Say hi. How are you? Say hi to him.
How you doing, Don? I have seen hockey goalies have slightly worse games. It's unbelievable, and you were all unbelievable. And that team is pretty good you played. I don't know if it's not going to begin anytime soon, right? And, you know, I tell you what, I just told my people 2 minutes ago, I didn't know they'd be calling. I said, we're giving the State of the Union speech on Tuesday night. I could send a military plane or something, but if you would like to, it's the coolest night, it's the biggest.
We're in.
Speech.
Can you pick us up in Miami on Tuesday morning?
Yeah, Tuesday morning. Close the northern border. We'll get cash and we'll get the military to get you guys over.
Let's go.
Boys are going to the State of the Union.
The nice thing about being president is I can tell you, you don't have to worry about the weather or land.
See that? We have to.
So we don't care if it's snowing, if it's so worst blizzard. You'll be sailing through that story just like you did at the ice cream.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Now, we'll do it at the White House anytime.
So freaking awesome.
Really be cool, and we'll do the White House the next day. We'll just have some fun. We have medals for you
Listen
guys.
how happy
And
Trump
we
is.
have to, I must tell you,
Listen how great
we
this
have
is.
to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached. Okay.
That's great.
But anyway, if you could work that out, I would be honored to have you. I'll introduce you to.
So this is President Trump saying he's going to bring Team USA to the State of the Union, in spite of the fact that there's a blizzard. Little production note here that we will not be able to make it to the State of the Union. We were planning on going to the State of the Union, but flights, like every flight into D.C. is being canceled right now. The entire Northeast has been hit by this catastrophic blizzard, and everything is being canceled, and it is a big production to get up there and to move everything, and we just don't have the confidence. DC is like a failed state. They're pumping sewage into the river. They can't get their streets plowed. They can't ever get their airports open. We don't have the confidence that we can get up there for the State. So we're going to be live here from the State of the Union. Just is what it is. I'm sorry about that. We were really looking forward to that. Nonetheless, Donald Trump saying that he has to send a military jet in order to get Team USA up to Washington, D.C. I guess we could text the administration, see if we can get on that military jet. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's the trick. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good thing. You should be proud of it. It's good to celebrate. Don't forget like why we're doing this. Don't forget what this movement is about. And if you can't celebrate Team USA winning, do we have the Jimmy Seafood? Is great. The Huffington Post getting roasted. As Kash Patel, again, was getting dragged for this. Kash says, there's no problem with me partying with Team USA. It's a very good thing. In fact, you should want your government officials to be proud of America. Then get me the Jimmy Seafood response and the viral White House meme trolling Trudeau. For a very concerned media, yes, I love America. I was extremely humbled when my friends, newly minted USA gold winners, invited me into the locker room to celebrate this historic moment with the boys. Greatest country on earth, greatest sport on earth. My take on this, and it's like, this is confidently my take, is that society has been so estrogenated. You can pop this up. This is great. Society, but I want the White House one too, with the goose and the eagle. Society has been so estrogenated and so feminized. It's become so utterly toxic that we've forgotten what it looks like to have great victory. To have like men celebrating a team sport in victory. To conquer and have conquest. Like we've forgotten the masculine urge to bro out and celebrate when you win the gold in hockey against your global arch rivals. Like we just don't see that anymore. All we see is Dylan Mulvaney interviewing Joe Biden. All we see is the most cucked, embarrassing, weak version of ourselves. It's clearly an op. It's meant to demoralize you, denigrate your nation, and we're just not going to stand for it anymore. Look at this from Jimmy's Seafood. This account went totally viral. The biggest ratio perhaps I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna have to show the actual tweet, please. Huffington Post. If waving the American flag or chants of USA turn you off right now, you're not alone. Jimmy Seafood, go F yourselves. 10 million views, 7,000 comments, 14,000 reposts, 175,000 likes. That is the biggest nuclear ratio in the history of ratios on the internet. I've never seen anything so monstrous. The original post, so the ratio goes, how many likes did the original post get versus how many likes did my comments get? The original post got 1,000 likes. And this got 175,000 likes. So that's a 1,000,000% ratio. I guess good. It's perfect. This is the energy now that people have. This is President Trump's meme that he shared against Justin Trudeau. No, need the actual post, please. Gonna have to get the actual post. Yeah, team. Here it is. Thank you. The reason why is because we ratioed Justin Trudeau as well. This is why sports matter. Justin Trudeau. You can't take our country and you can't take our game. This was Justin Trudeau, of course, when he was still Prime Minister of Canada. He would resign soon thereafter when Trump was calling him Governor Trudeau, and when Canada won something called the Four Nations, something I didn't even know about, honestly. But the America didn't win. Canada ended up beating America at the very end, last game in Boston. Okay. Justin Trudeau posts this, seen by 50 million people and 371,000 likes. The White House ratios, or comes very close to ratioing, probably will be a ratio by the end of the day, 364,000 likes. The White House posting an eagle slaughtering a goose. We took your game. Yeah. We drank your milkshake. Sports matter. Sports matter. Seeing victory matters. Did we show you guys the President Trump AI of him playing hockey? He's awesome. And then, sorry, is Wesley Hunt ready or no? No. Okay. Okay, great. Anyway, here we go. This is Donald Trump. You can't take our country and you can't take our game. Here's President Trump in a suit. Too good. Okay, that's great. Okay. When you are in balmy weather or in freezing cold weather, it always happens to me when I travel, and I traveled actually this past week to Utah. Go up to the mountains, you get chapped lips, man. I'm telling you, Van Man, I brought, they sent me a little like care package, and there's like 4 different types of lip balm. I took it with me because I knew I'd be going to the high desert, the high mountains, and I'd get chapped lips. And you fly in the plane, you get chapped lips, you get dehydrated. It's what your body does. But like, honestly, a lot of these chapstick brands are totally woke, or they're not good for you, and they're packed with chemicals. I'm telling you, tallow balm got me set up right. And we had a great speech in Utah, and we had a blast in Utah. But you can't have a blast if you're totally dehydrated or if you have chapped lips. The popular brands that do chapsticks, they're not wholesome companies. Van Man is a wholesome company. It's not been bought out by some mega corporation or some private equity firms. It is truly a one-man band. The Van Man Company is a wonderful American small business credited with starting the tallow trend a few years back with their grass-fed tallow moisturizers, and they've been crushing it ever since. Hit after hit of clean, nearly edible solutions for everyday products. The thing about tallow is it's the best moisturizer on earth. I can vouch for that. Fatty acids in the tallow are nearly identical to the oils in your own skin. You can feel the difference. No corporate slop, no chemical filler, just all natural the way God intended it. The tallow balm isn't just a moisturizer. It can replace a lot of different things. And it's very, very good for you. So ditch the corporate chemicals. Go to vanman.com/Benny. A true small business, a wonderful business that we're proud to partner with. Use the code Benny for 15% off your order. That's vanman.com/Benny, and use the code Benny for 15% off the order. Van Man, real ingredients, no exceptions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about somebody who's not real at all, which is Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, of course, suffering a massive blow this morning. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but Gavin Newsom has his own SAVE Act that just reached the threshold, 1.3 million signatures for ID, voter ID in California. You could destroy the Democrat Party in one fell swoop by Californians voting for voter ID. Carl DeMaio announcing this morning that he and his organization, Voter ID California, has secured enough signatures to guarantee that voter ID will be on the menu, on the ballot, come 2026 elections in California. We did it. Thank you all for the volunteers to help collect 1.3 million signatures in California for this voter ID initiative. This is what we need to win in November. So Carl DeMaio delivering. I think he'll be joining the show tomorrow. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very, very bad time to be a Californian. Every Californian billionaire is moving out. Steven Spielberg just left the state. along with Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, the two dudes who started Google, and a ton of other founders and billionaires. According to the Wall Street Journal, California has lost nearly $1 trillion in taxable wealth. That's because of Gavin Newsom. Maybe this is why Gavin Newsom says that he's stupid. Maybe this is why Gavin Newsom went full retard. Go full retard. Gavin Newsom ripped for telling black people in Atlanta, "I'm just like you. I also have low SAT scores. I am a low IQ person. And I'm also can't read." This is a thing that Gavin Newsom did. It's live on camera. Gavin Newsom in Atlanta saying, "I can't read and I'm stupid. And I'm just like you, black people." Got it? Okay, let's watch the tape.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
Never go.
I can't read good. I can't read. Oh, do you got the hustling?
Never go full retard.
Yes, okay. We're gonna be using that one a lot. You never go full retard. Yeah. It's kind of perfect. This is Gavin Newsom's blackface. We were just talking about Justin Trudeau, right? And Gavin Newsom's version of blackface is, "I'm dumb and I can't read, so I'm just like you." I mean, it's wild. It's wild. Gavin Newsom does this, of course, because much like every other Democrat, he isn't a real person. They don't have any sense of whom they are. Leftism is, of course, a herd group sheep mentality driven by what is trendy and what is ordered at the time by popular demand, what is in the modern audience. And of course, to Gavin Newsom and his kind being a successful white guy, which Gavin Newsom was, do we have the old clippings? Give me that. Gavin Newsom, the rich boys. There it is. Perfect. Thank you. Gavin Newsom, "I grew up poor." Gavin Newsom, San Francisco Chronicle, 1991. Children of the rich. Look at Gavin. Gavin Newsom's high school photo, his high school yearbook, compliments him for being the best dressed because of his many ascots. Gavin Newsom had an ascot collection in the 90s, in the early 90s. Not the 1890s, the 1990s. Here he is with the billionaires Getty family. Gavin Newsom goes on a black podcast with some former NBA players and says, I grew up, I was poor. I grew up a poor black child. He straight up says it. He said it. We turned this into a meme, Gavin Newsom, rolling into 2028. Can we load our own version? Here we go. Here's Gavin Newsom. "I grew up poor, eating cheese." There you go.
Walking home, got home early. My mom was always working, so, I'm cooking, literally lived on Stouffer's lasagna, macaroni and cheese.
I can't believe he's trying it. I can't believe he's doing it.
2 pots of macaroni and cheese and got bored.
I can't believe he's doing it. We pulled up his childhood home. Gavin Newsom, put this up. This is great. Gavin Newsom in high school. Gavin Newsom in high school. The ascot. He's the voted best dressed. Just like any boy from the hood. His ascot collection. On point. Just hustling, man. That scarf that he's wearing is a nearly $1,000 scarf. There you go. He goes on the podcast and says, no, I grew up just like you. Is this going to work? Is this going to work in 2028? Don't tell me this is going to work. Here you go.
But also, it was also about paying the bills, man. And it was just like hustling. And so I was out there kind of raising myself.
Grew up in a $5 million home.
TV, started, just getting obsessed, sitting there with the Wonder Bread and 5 stacks of,
it's like the White Stack 5 story.
Come on. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Bro. Are you talking about me?
Yo, YG.
YG, man.
Every day in the backyard, just bouncing the basketball, throwing the ball against the wall until the ball is just like fraying, man. And your arms fall off. That's it, whole thing. So just, and then, then this student that was shitty student is in the back with his head down, all of a sudden started throwing the baseball a little faster than everyone else. Yeah. And started, make a few free throws because I was sitting there practicing 500 of them every damn night. And in high school, I look up in the stands, my dad's back up there.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know who Gavin Newsom's dad was? Do you know? Oh, my dad. I didn't even know who my dad was. My mom was on food stamps. That's what he wants you to believe. William Newsom, Gavin Newsom's father, the most successful and richest lawyer in all of California. His clients are billionaire, landed aristocracy, globalist aristocracy, the Getty family, the Getty fortune, the oil fortune, billionaires. These are Gavin's friends that he grew up with. Daddy Newsom bought Gavin Newsom a $5 million home. Gavin Newsom owned multiple wineries. The whole thing is bullshit. This is Gavin Newsom's home that he grew up in. It's the Gavin Newsom home. There's like this like beautiful up on the top on a hilltop little estate, lovely little California like style. That's why it's in like San Francisco and like the hills of San Francisco, the like richest area you can possibly live in. Called Billionaires Row. Gavin Newsom's childhood home sells for nearly $4 million. Oh, okay. I just grew up in a $4 million home. I was hustling, man. I was just like you. Just like you growing up in the projects. It's going to work. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I love that we ratio Gavin Newsom every single day into the sun. Poor white kids. Poor white kids. Is this the Joe Biden? Is this Joe Biden? Let's play clip roulette. Let's find out. Is this Joe Biden saying that black kids can't be? It's amazing how implicit the racism is in fact in the Democrat Party. Just let them speak for themselves. Here we go.
To do is we should challenge these students. We should challenge students in these schools to have advanced placement programs in these schools. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
If Trump ever said anything like that, it'd be game over. How long are black people going to take it from the Democrat Party? How long are you going to let these frauds try and run this game? This like Steve Martin idiot game. This Tropic Thunder on y'all. It's the same thing with Hillary. Hillary's done the same thing. Hillary Clinton famously on the Breakfast Club. What's the thing you carry in your purse?
They said no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people again.
Okay. Is it working?
Oh, yeah. The face she makes. Is it working? I love it when they don't even try and hide it. I love it when they don't try and hide it. This is the best. Okay, this is the best. All right. We're going to Wesley Hunt here in a second. This is the best. Go.
Feel no ways tired.
I feel no ways tired. I come to her.
I come too far. From where I started from, nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave
Another
me.
fart. No, you got, hold on, you got to have more fart noises.
That the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Oh man. Oh, I can't take it anymore. Oh, again, could you imagine if I was interviewing an Eskimo and I just suddenly started I do millions of hours of like this live stream and I suddenly start going like if I start interviewing somebody from some tribe somewhere what you know how humiliating, how utterly embarrassing, how disrespectful it would be. We have people on from all over the place. You never hear me change my accent or the way that I talk. It's the way that I talk. It is what it is. You never hear me do this. Talk down to people, talk dumb to people, start losing the actual English language that I've been using. Yeah, it's so stupid. I mean, it's so stupid. You got AOC doing it all across the country. Kamala Harris doing it. Okay, one final one. All right, what's the best Kamala one? Kamala, what's the best Kamala one? One more time. Then we got Wesley Hunt though. Oh my God, what's she doing? Oh my God.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
Never go full retard.
Something tells me not the first time that Kamala Harris in her career was concerned about cometh in the morning. Something tells me that Kamala Harris has a bit of a history. Perhaps got into office on being able to ensure that Willie Brown cometh in the morning. All right, I have no follow-up with this. I have no follow-up. I'm laughing too hard. I can't take it. I can't believe that it's true. I can't believe all this stuff is real. I can't believe it. I can't believe these clips are real. What is this timeline? It's amazing. 2028 is going to be amazing. This is great. Having a great time. Kamala dancing. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. AOC also. You remember the AOC clip? The best. Oh man, let's get that loaded for Wesley Hunt. Wesley Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, does not endorse any of my jokes. Has not endorsed any of these jokes. Okay, he's a serious candidate. He's seriously running for Senate in Texas. He's got a wonderful, hopefully future opponent in Jasmine Crockett. And he's somebody who I've never seen use different accents, depending on who he's talking to. But it is an amazing timeline here. He's joining the show live, and Wesley Hunt is up for a vote, I think, this week. He's joining the show right now. Please welcome the great Congressman Wesley Hunt. I can't take it, bro. I'm just gonna chill out. Okay, I'm gonna chill out. I can't take it. What is this exactly? I mean, maybe we should just start off the top with why. What is it inside of you that says I need to? I'm talking to black people. I'm gonna start quoting psalms and hymns and start losing my diction. I ain't no ways tired. How fast would you jump off the stream, Congressman? If I welcome to the Benny Show. You've come too far. Like, that'd be incredibly insulting, no?
It would be incredibly insulting, but this is the Democrat Party, and this is how liberals think about us today. They're literally telling you who they are and how they really feel about Black people. I call this the soft bigotry of low expectations. These people are so racist that they don't even understand how racist and how overtly racist all this stuff really is. And as a Black man who clearly is educated and comes from a family of educated people, my sister, brother, and I, as I've said in the show many a day, are all West Point graduates. I earned 3 master's degrees from Cornell University. My brother is a Harvard Business School graduate. My sister, after West Point, got her master's degree in applied mathematics and was a West Point instructor, while both my brother and I were cadets at West Point. There's 60 years of military service in our entire family because my parents believed that Jesus plus education equals success. That has nothing to do with the way that you look. And to see benevolent white liberals like Gavin Newsom sit there and say in front of a bunch of Black people that I'm like you because I did poorly on my SAT. I am like you because I can't read. Well, I'm here to tell you, Mr. Gavin, sir, I can read and I can do some math for 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Do not offend us and offend a lot of Black people that worked incredibly hard to be where they are today because they did study and they did go to class and they did do very well and they are professionals. There are many of us out there that believe in hard work, grit, determination, and have achieved the American dream. This is what the Democrat Party thinks of us. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't Black. Yes. Hillary Clinton with the hot sauce. Black people are too stupid to get an ID to vote because now that means it's Jim Crow 2.0. Kathy Hochul saying that these Black kids in the hood, they don't even know what a computer is.
Oh, that's right. We missed that one, Congressman. Yes, you're right. We'll grab it. We missed that one. Yeah.
Right.
Black people don't know what computers is. That's what she said.
That's right. That's right.
So, again, isn't that of course more bigoted? Like, it's a bizarro world that I don't quite understand. Like, wouldn't the Christian worldview here be that we're all made in the image of God and we all have the capacity for ascension and that we all are precious souls that can be redeemed and that God's given all of us various gifts, but we should then treat everyone equally to the best of our ability, and treat every single individual as an individual, right? As an individual soul. Like, doesn't that seem to be it seems completely contrarian to the Christian worldview of all men are created equal, right?
Of course it does. So you can't just look at a Black person or a brown person and assume that they just grew up in the hood and they're dumb and they don't know anything. And either you got a wicked jump shot or you're slinging crack rock. And that's how all of them are. Every single Black person, not just Black person, by the way, every single person, every single American has their own separate story. And you have to listen to them on an individual basis. You cannot make assumptions about anyone because you don't know what their background might be. You don't know where they grew up. You don't know who they may have adopted. You don't know if they were even adopted. You don't know what part of the world that they grew up in. And that's actually the beauty of America being a melting pot, is that just because you may look a certain way, that doesn't mean that that's going to be what your background is going to be based on the assumptions that you see based on a group of people. I know we have biases and we have schemas that are already built in to how we think and how we view the world. I buy all that. We are living in a very different world now. And the cool thing about it is this. It's actually the conservatives that give everybody an equal shot, to give everybody an equal chance. It's the Democrats that look at Black people and say, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't Black. If you don't agree with our agenda, if you don't agree with our plantation agenda, then guess what? You're an Uncle Tom. You don't belong. Who do you think you are? When I am online now, brother, here's actually what kills me. The people that are calling me Uncle Tom the most now actually aren't Black Democrats. It's white, benevolent liberals that have the audacity to call another Black man an Uncle Tom.
That's right.
If you watch what's happening in Minnesota, these white benevolent liberals are the ones that are using the hard R. Yeah. That's how familiar that they've gotten with believing that we can say whatever we want. And shame on those Black people that don't want to be a victim. Shame on those Black people that don't want our help. Shame on those Black people that think that they can think for themselves. That's what we're seeing over and over and over again, and that's what I'm fighting. The cool thing is, brother, as I have traveled this entire state here in Texas, a lot of white people, black people, Hispanic people. Do you know what I hear all day, every day? Wesley, thank you for giving us a shot. Wesley, we need some real leadership. Wesley, you are a real conservative. Thank you for being a young man. Thank you for committing to term limits. And you know what they never bring up? The color of my skin.
So this is a race that is heating up. A lot on the line. We saw a torpedo against Jazzy this past week in what seems like a massive campaign violation as far as I'm concerned, but with Stephen Colbert. It's been very, very interesting to watch. They blamed Donald Trump and made some big to-do about it. It was clearly a setup, and then he hits record fundraising numbers right the next day because Trump's banning him. What's going on? I mean, if we are going to talk about like some soft racism or maybe some hard racism, wait a second. Why has Colbert refused to have Jasmine Crockett on his show, Congressman?
Well, it even goes what Tallarico said about Colin Allred. He's called him a mediocre black man. I really wish black people would really wake up and see what these white, educated, benevolent liberals think about them. Why wouldn't he have Jasmine Crockett on their show? Why not? Why would you not? And by the way, equal time. Look, I'm not going on Colbert's show. I can assure you, Ken Paxton and John Cornyn for damn sure ain't going on the show. The equal time actually is applying to the other black woman that's in the race. And the bottom line is this. They really want Tallarico to win, and they're going to do whatever it takes to drag him across the finish line by not giving who? The other black woman equal time. Now, hold on. This is the Democrat Party. I thought racism was only partitioned for the Republican Party. It's about past due that we call it out and call this for exactly what it is. Now, you brought up a very good point here, brother. I would love to debate Jasmine Crockett. That's if I had my druthers. You could imagine that, that would just be, must-see TV. Jazz and I think, would just have a very substantive conversation. We're roughly the same age, by the way. I think we're a few months apart. Came up in this very similar era. And I would just love to hear her vision of America and the juxtaposition of my vision for America. But I will tell you this, I'm already outperforming both of my candidates in this race, both Ken and John, in the general election against Tallarico or Jasmine. But most importantly, even if it's not Jazz, if it's James Tallarico, I can assure you he will not be speaking to a mediocre black man. And I would double dog dare him to bring this up with someone like me, because he is going to get dog walked. And I really hope that at some point, the Democrat Party wakes up, and black people and brown people wake up and realize that there are no more slaves. There are no more slave owners. Yes, we've had a checkered past in this country, but the fact that I even exist as a Republican that represents a white majority district in Houston, Texas, as a conservative, was the first person to endorse President Trump. And I am running for United States Congress. I'm a congressman now, running for United States Senate, and I am now trending as we get to the last week of this election. And you know what? I've been black my whole life, and nobody cares. Come on in. The water is warm. The Republican Party doesn't see anybody for race. We just see people as the Americans that they are, because we want to simply preserve our culture and what it means to be these United States. That's all we care about.
Just give me a little breakdown of the race here. I know that the election is on March 3rd, so that would be next week, and so this is a critical time period. How's the race shaping up? My thoughts on John Cornyn. I would really love for you to win, Wesley. I have seen, however, some troubling trends when it comes to Republicans being outvoted. This tends to happen with complacency with the party that's in power. What's going on right now in Texas? How are you going to win this thing?
So top two go to a runoff. This race is going to go to a runoff. And so I just have to finish in the top two. We get to a runoff, and I think we will perform extraordinarily well. And that's really what this whole thing is about, just making sure that enough people know who I am, getting my brand out there. They know that I'm a fighter, the first person in the country to endorse President Trump, one of his top surrogates on the campaign trail. And brother, if you want to know what's happening, the NRSC, SLF, and John Cornyn are all attacking me at the same time. And you know what I say as a former helicopter Apache pilot? I say this. That means I'm right over the target zone. They have spent over $15 million over the course of the past week hitting me all across Texas, which means that we must be doing very, very well. John Cornyn, 24-year incumbent, been around for long enough. He ain't going to see 30 years. He's in his 70s. The United States Senate is not a retirement community. He is a Bush-era rhino. Everyone knows this Lincoln Project type Republican. And now he is trying to cosplay as a MAGA warrior, and nobody's buying it. And this is why General Paxton and I are actually heading in the right direction. I do believe you're going to see a runoff between me and General Paxton. And I got this race because I want to give Texans a choice of a true conservative for the future, somebody who is young, who is in my prime, and who believes in term limits. 2 terms, 12 years, that's all I'm doing. And brother, you and I both know our generation, we don't do anything for longer than 5 or 10 years anyway. And it's time to go move on and do something else and then allow somebody else to step up and lead for the future. But 24 years is utterly ridiculous. The people know it, and that's why we are doing very well. To address the issue of turnout, look, Democrats are fired up. Obviously, they sense blood in the water given the election that had here for the statewide Senate for the state Senate race a couple of weeks ago. Look, they could be fired up now. This is about the general election in November. We have to have the best candidate that has the energy, that's willing to do the work, that's willing to travel all across the state, that's willing to do the interviews, that's willing to face the voters. You have to have the guy that has the energy to be able to do that. And of the 3, that clearly is me. This is about the general election versus James Talarico or versus Jasmine Crockett. And who would you rather see in that debate stage, me or John Cornyn?
Ooh, man, I mean, that would be really scary. I think we'd lose a Senate seat if it was John Cornyn, honestly. I think he would really. That guy's really not doing well.
He's not doing well. He's running a basement campaign, Benny. It's like it's actually kind of sad to watch. I mean, this is Joe Biden 2.0, not doing any events. They're just spending money like hotcakes, throwing money on TV. They have spent over $90 million already on this race. They have spent a Powerball ticket on this race between SLF, the NRSC, John Cornyn, and all of the swamp appendages because they think that they can choose the senator for Texas. Well, guess what? I got some news for you. That ain't going to work. Texas always chooses our leadership. And I'm looking forward to having the 2 senators from the great state of Texas being me and Senator Cruz. I think that's going to be 2 heat-seeking missiles that's really going to fight for Texas and uphold Texas values. And unfortunately, John Cornyn is not going to make it.
Yep, empty seats, looking like a Joe Biden campaign. Empty seats at a Cornyn event sparks primary buzz. John Cornyn hasn't been able to hold events because people won't show up. We'd love to have a defender of our American military, Second Amendment rights, and just like what it seems like to be, what feels like to be Texas, back with a little bit of swagger, a little bit of punch to it. And so, Godspeed, Congressman, and sure we'll be seeing you at the State of the Union, and it's going to be a great night.
It is.
Hope you can get in, and that's been our trouble. And again, Godspeed in this election. You have our full support.
Same to you. And as always, brother, God bless you and that beautiful family. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Congressman. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the State of the Union, the state of D.C. is in a all-out blizzard. So is the vast majority of the East Coast. Again, it brings us no joy to tell you that based on the fact that every single flight to D.C. is canceled right now, including the flight that Killer Klein was supposed to be on today, that we are postponing our live from the U.S. Capitol. We were going to be using Hogan Gidley's office. Hogan Gidley is a comms director and a, let's just call him a one of those guys who just is assisting the Republican Party in doing what is necessary on Capitol Hill and getting the agenda over the finish line. Tough job, honestly. Nonetheless, he's in good spirits, and he's joining our show live right now. Hogan, what's up, man?
Hey,
how you
man,
doing?
great to be with you. Let me be clear though. I'm a senior advisor, not a comms director. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, yes,
I don't want to direct any comms up here. It's hard enough advising these folks, much less
senior advisor
directing them.
Sorry about that, Hogan. Listen, Hogan has worked in the Trump White House, and now he's up on Capitol Hill, and so he has the best possible preview for what the president's going to talk about tomorrow. So what are we going to see, Hogan?
Well, first of all, we were really excited that right behind me, you were going to have this office and we're going to clear it all out like we did last year and give you kind of the run of the room, and you could bring all the people down like you did. Had a great show that night. I remember it very well, bringing in all the stars in the Trump administration, so many folks in Congress who've done great work. So we're sad you're not going to be here. But
we're still working on logistics. We're still working. I have a capacity to change my mind at the last minute, but like, I don't know, bro. All the flights are canceled today.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Mine was too last night. So I had to get a car and drive.
No way.
8 hours up here in the snow. Yeah. But I made it up. So
Whoa.
It's good. So whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a long drive. How long is that drive, Klein, from Tampa?
No, it was
DC?
in South Carolina.
Jeez.
It's about 7 hours from South Carolina. So it's not too bad.
Yo, it's like 19 hours. The client says 19 hours from Tampa. DC, that's a killer drive, bro.
That's a no.
You had to drive? Yeah,
that's fine.
Yikes.
Okay, so what I've been kind of keenly aware of is Donald Trump has a really big opportunity tomorrow night, and I think he's going to nail it.
Yep.
In large part because he's going to talk about how far we fell under the Joe Biden administration, how people were suffering at the highest levels, the lowest levels of the income spectrum, whatever it was. There were failings to be told with our rampant crime through our city streets, a wide open southern border, the economy in shambles, wars all over the world. He's going to talk about how he fixed a lot of those problems, how we don't see, known child molesters, rapists, murderers in our city streets, except, of course, Minneapolis, who refuses to work to get them out of their communities. We've seen crime come down in D.C. and other places. We've seen a turnaround in the economy with more things being affordable and the cost of goods and services coming down as well. A lot more to go, but still, wars are subsiding. He's ended those. I think he's going to talk about some of the successes, but I think also he's going to point to the fact that there's a lot more to do. And with the midterm elections coming up, you need to be really cognizant of the fact that if Democrats were to take control, it's going to be hearing after bogus allegation, after impeachment hoax, after all that stuff is going to come back again. And this city and this agenda is going to grind to a halt. But I think with the hostages coming back in record numbers, we have to give away billions and billions of dollars to do that. With the successes of this administration that no one thought possible, with Iran on the move as well, and in negotiations, but we don't know where they're going with it. I think he's going to address that too, and he may even do one of those if they do this, then we'll be okay. If they don't, buckle up type things, kind of give a nod, not just to the audience in the room, but the audience around the world that will be watching too, and then laying out a vision for the future. And no one uses guests better who sit up in the gallery than Donald Trump to tell a story of failures from the first Biden administration to the successes of this administration, and to watch Democrats sit on their hands. And I don't know what Democrats are going to do this time. I don't know if they're going to be there, if they're just going to boycott, who knows? But there's some great American stories out there that I'm sure Donald Trump is going to highlight.
What about Mike Johnson? You're an advisor to him. Is he going to be kicking people out like last time, Sal Green? I mean, you already have this is my favorite thing, like the Adam Schiff, like film myself talking about why I'm going to boycott the State of the Union. Is so brave, so stunning, actually, and brave. What's going to happen? What's Mike Johnson going to do to keep order? So last time Trump was getting like canes thrown at him and screamed at.
Well, first of all, I think the word bravery has lost a little meaning since Normandy. If you hear how the way the left uses the word brave, like to go on camera in a nation that allows free speech, that allows free thought, to say, look how brave I am for not coming to the State of the Union. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Spare me. It's such a joke. But I am most certain that the Speaker of the House and the President have had many communications about what would happen if some rogue actor in the audience did a certain thing. You'll remember last time they were pretty simpatico. If you look back, Donald Trump did not try and talk down that congressman. Donald Trump did not go after him. He just stood back and waited. And he watched Mike Johnson call it back to order. He might watch Mike Johnson expel the member, because it seems as though they had a pretty good idea that some people were going to try some stuff. I would imagine this time's the same as last. This is a chance for a president, any president, to address the nation and address Congress and tell everyone about the state of our union. And Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, plays a big role in that. And what a difference Nancy Pelosi is back there tearing up the State of the Union, which I still argue is probably against the law, as opposed to Mike Johnson bringing order back to the room and making sure those who would just rather do political stunts as opposed to protect the American people is ousted from that chamber.
I want to put up this photo one more time because I didn't actually know that Adam Schiff's pencil neck and watermelon head is in this photo. Look at that.
I didn't either.
I just noticing this for the first time. So Al Green, there were all these photographers there. He was clearly planning this whole thing. So you're telling me the Democrats, and they will, Hogan, that you're telling me that they're going to, you have a plan in place if they start popping off and try and use this to turn into some type of ice out protest or something.
Well, first of all, the picture with Adam Schiff, and he is a pencil neck. I know that we call him that. It's still fascinating to me how he does have a pencil neck. You think he would have gained weight eating all those bagels and donuts in the green rooms of all the Washington, D.C. media outlets he just camped out at for multiple years. You think he'd be a little heavier, but sure, whatever. I am telling you that this moment in time is the president's chance to address the nation before the midterms from the well of the House of Representatives. And you leave nothing to chance in these moments. And the communication, the conversations, the coordination between the Speaker of the House and the President have gone on now for a long time, whether it be a continuing resolution, whether it be the one big beautiful bill, whether it be all the back room conversations about how they want to proceed and make sure the America First agenda gets implemented. They are in lockstep here, and we don't know what the Democrats are going to do. Some of them aren't going to show up, of course. Some will show up and sit on their hands when you say, let's please pay your respects to the living mother of some child who was killed by an illegal alien. They won't stand up. Right. Let's pay respects to a young man who's beaten cancer now multiple times, who wants to be a police officer, so we're going to make him an honorary Secret Service agent. They won't stand up for people like that. So who knows what's going to happen. But I can assure you that the conversations are going on, and there will be order in that chamber for the president to address the nation.
Good. Okay, so any preview? We had DJ Daniel, I think, last year, and this is like a beautiful, of course, powerhouse moment. And it wasn't technically a State of the Union last year, right? It was a joint address. So this is the first State of the Union. This is something that obviously we've sort of heard a preview with the Team USA. Donald Trump inviting Team USA to come to the State of the Union is pretty awesome.
Right.
What do you think? Who's going to be any special guests? Can you announce anyone?
It remains to be seen. I know that the speaker is going to put out a list soon. I don't want to get ahead of that if it hadn't come out already. But I'll tell you, Reagan was good at this and kind of upped the game of having guests in the gallery to kind of point to and promote the greatness of America, the greatness of your agenda. Bill Clinton was good at it too. Joe Biden, not so much, but he wasn't good at anything. And I think Donald Trump has really kind of orchestrated a masterclass in this, in what he's done. And you'd think with these successes of the people in the audience that everyone would rally around, the fights and the battles of these individual guests. It's funny because he did invite the members of the USA hockey team. I hope they're there. Boy, that would be cool. But it would be even more ridiculous to watch that group do something that no American team has done in 46 years and watch Democrats just sit on their hands because, sports should be a unifying factor, which it usually is. But when you inject so much politics into it, it makes it very difficult to have unity around just the spirit of America. You see some of our athletes over there kind of running down this country, the very country they're representing, the very country that gave them the opportunity to get over there and do great things. That's frustrating. And I'd be interested to see if they're in that crowd and they do stand up, if everyone in the chamber stands up, or if it's just Republicans. And I'd be willing to bet you have a smattering of Democrats that will not stand up, because it's almost like, Benny, when you go to the doctor and they take that little hammer and they hit your knee, and your knees it's reflexive. It's Trump, we hate it. Trump, we hate it. It's like, it doesn't matter that they held the same position or same policy just a few years ago, a few minutes ago. It's like if Trump says that they're against it, so we'll wait and see what happens. But that's always disappointing.
Okay. If you were last question, if you were to guess what would be the number one applause line, what should we be looking for? Since you have some internal knowledge on these things.
Well, I think because every other thing is a policy prescription that Donald Trump has done to improve the life of all Americans, regardless of race, religion, color, or creed. I think most Democrats are going to be against all of those things because they are so used to their cycle of failure. I think if they do, in fact, talk about the USA winning gold medal in hockey, for the men and women, by the way, I think that could be the biggest applause line for the entire chamber. Again, I think a lot of Democrats won't stand up even for that, but I think most of them will, and this will be a good moment to remind everybody that this country, it's not unique that we've had difficult times in the past. What's unique is that when we come out of those difficulties, we're more united, we're better off, we are that shining city on a hill that Reagan talked about, and we are a force for good and of hope and of strength and of democracy all over the world. And for an entire political party to say that we are the cause of the world's problems, that we are the root of all evil, is absolutely ridiculous. And a majority of the American people don't believe that. And for whatever reason, Democrats continue to run down this country as opposed to working to build her up and protecting our people, going to the mat, shutting down the government, Benny. I bet this is part of the speech too. The second time Democrats have shut down the American government to protect non-American citizens. The first time they shut down the American government so that illegal aliens could get free health care. Now they're shutting down the government so that criminal illegal aliens guilty of child molestation, rape, murder, burglaries, assaults can stay in American communities. They're going to shut down the American government. It's absolutely inexplicable, and I would argue inexcusable as well. Again, night's going to be filled with a lot of pomp and circumstance. I think we're going to wake up on Wednesday morning and go, wow, that was one of the greats. And I've heard some conversations I've had with people in the administration who say this is a barn burner, so buckle up. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. So as the president likes to say, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We know what happened. You talked about using the gallery in order to reflect your agenda. This was what Joe Biden reflected. Just a reminder, this is what Joe Biden reflected in the gallery to show his agenda. It's his wife and Doug Emhoff kissing on the lips. And I don't really know what agenda this would be precisely, but it's not any agenda that I support. I guess it's the cuck agenda. I don't know. It was very weird.
The polygamy agenda?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know. They're making an announcement here. Look, creepy weirdos. You know what? Like creepy, dark, like little personal lives they all have.
This is the same.
Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's right on the lips, bro. I mean, this is your wife. Imagine looking up in the audience and like seeing your wife making out. Like that's what you do. It's like the most important night of your life.
This is the same former president who swam naked in front of Secret Service.
That's right.
People, the same who showered with his daughter, who weirdly smells young girls and touches them inappropriately. Like, come on, this is mild compared to what usually goes on in the Biden family. With the son and the laptop. I mean, come on. That's true.
That's true. It is mild. It's just like you really are thankful almost that Joe Biden had dementia because you didn't remember this right the next morning, and that's okay. You know, it's like that's kind of like a courtesy, kind of like a little nicety for the old man.
So bad.
Sucks to suck. Thank you, Hogan. Everybody follow Hogan right here on X. He's got nearly 100,000 subscribers. Just one of those guys making deals happen, making things happen for the Republican Party across the government, and we're thankful for Hogan and his work. Godspeed and good luck, and sorry that we will be missing tomorrow night. It's not our fault. Not our fault. Act of God, man.
If something clears up, I'd love to see you sitting in that office right there, taking all comers.
We have the capacity to make last minute decisions at this program. But right now, it's just we ain't gonna drive 20 hours. You know, It's like that's what it is. You know,
Yeah.
So. Thank you, Hogan. God bless you, man.
Thanks, guys. God bless.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what we're going to, the plan is right now that I'm going to be here in the studio eating my Masa Chips. That's going to be the plan. That's the plan right now. I can show you right here. Klein was supposed to be up there this morning. Flight canceled. Flights are all canceled. Like there's a giant blizzard all throughout. Like, can you get me the photo? No. Put up the Masa Chips. We're going to talk about like this is what you should do. You should get a bag of Masa Chips. If you are if you are freezing cold and you are, locked in your home right now, it's a perfect time for Masa Chips. It's a perfect time. I want that that video of what it looked like in Boston. Boston, this is like not too far from where ALX lives. And in Boston this morning, it is an unbelievable blizzard right now. There it is. Look at this. This is crazy. This is the entire East Coast. I just want to explain to everybody why we're kind of stuck here is because there's 20 inches. There's a total blizzard. Yeah, my wife was raised on a farm in Delaware, which is at the same parallel as DC. They don't have any power. They've had 20 inches of snow. This is the scene from Boston. You can't get flights. You can't get flights in and out. You can't get in and out. You can't go anywhere. You can't get down the road. Everyone's without power. You can't get in and out. Trump was talking with Team USA about getting a freaking military plane. We don't have access to that. But we do have access to Masa Chips. You can get Masa Chips at your local Sprout Market. You can also order them. The reason why you should order them is, one, because this is a great way to overhaul your life and your diet in 2026, something that I am trying to do right now. Two, because it's incredible for you. It's just organic corn, sea salt, and grass-fed beef tallow. And three, ladies and gentlemen, because they come in all these incredible flavors, and you're just going to love them. They leave you feeling satisfied. You feel full when you're actually full. You are energetic, no crash, no bloat. Masa Chips are good for you. Give Masa a try. Again, masachips.com/Benny. Use the code Benny for 25% off your first order. masachips.com/Benny. You can scan the QR code right here on your screen. Or pick them up at Sprouts Market. Anyway, perfect for if you're snowed in. ALX has apparently gotten a hold of the famous Jimmy's Seafood people, and I think they're going to be joining the show tomorrow. We will be having our show tomorrow. You can catch us, again, right here in the studio. What's going to happen, man, in Mexico? Just in Mexico, it's wild. You can put up a poll right now, U.S. anti-cartel ground operation in Mexico. I think that's what's going to happen. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what's happening in Mexico right now. There is a shelter-in-place or flee the country order right now for all Americans in Mexico. We have a praying show. We have a Christian show. In spite of naughty jokes I might make or naughty words I might say here and there. I'm just a simple Christian, just struggling through it like everybody else. Do our best. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Speaking of struggling, there was a cartel leader called El Mencho yesterday. His most powerful cartel leader. He had a $15 million bounty on his head, and he got killed. And he got killed by the Mexican Special Forces. There's some commentary that the American Special Forces helped out, and I think that puts a target on Americans in Mexico. And I'm very nervous about my fellow Americans because, well, Puerto Vallarta, which is the city that is in flames right now because of cartel action and attacks. This is a city that is a huge tourist attraction. Millions of Americans travel there every single year. And I'm worried that they'll view Americans as collateral damage. This is why they attacked the airport yesterday. Look at this. Dude, Mexico's a facade. It's a failed state. I don't want to make, well, maybe we should make Mexico actually a 51st state, and get rid of the rot, evil, and corruption there. The point is that this is not a real place. Mexico's a facade. The government's a facade. It's not real. If this can happen to your nation, like when a very, very evil narco trafficker gets killed, then you don't have a real country. You have a fake country that is held together by the strings of the cartels. So anyway, here's Carolyn Leavitt saying the United States provided intelligence and support to the Mexican government in order to assist the operation in order to yeet El Mencho. So she's confirming that the U.S. government did assist. So that puts, again, a mark on Americans there in Mexico. So just be careful, okay? Just be really careful. Now, Donald Trump has wanted an all-out war with the cartels. They think they're so powerful because they have some gear, right? Please. Okay. Sicario is going to turn into a documentary. And I don't think the cartels know what the discombobulator is. And they're about to learn. So please do it. They've been burning down Costco's, and we'll see. We'll see if they attack Americans. If they attack Americans, then Trump might just use it as an opportunity to go full Andrew Jackson, right? Andrew Jackson, I think. The president who invaded, or maybe it was Johnson, who invaded Mexico and then just conquered all of Mexico. And Mexico was just like a serfdom state to America. This is how we got Texas. This is how we got California. We just like forced Mexico to be a bitch and just give us everything. Because we put Marines in Mexico City. We conquered all of Mexico City, took the entire nation. Should we have ever given it back? I don't really know exactly. I think we would have had a much better and more secure continent if we had just kept it. Maybe we should have. But we kept what we kept, and it is what it is. Nobody asked me. I wasn't around. But yeah, was it Johnson? Okay. Polk, and then later. So it was Polk that invaded Mexico? That invaded Mexico and won the Mexican-American War? Okay. Well, was it Andrew Jackson who was leading the charge? I don't know. Anyway, exciting times. Who knows? Maybe Trump's gonna like continue the march to the Marines stationed in Mexico City. We were the warlord of Mexico City. There's like famous paintings of it and everything. It's glorious. Did the same thing with Canada. We defeated Canada way back in the 1800s, 1700s actually. We totally defeated Canada. We like took over Canada. First battle was the Revolutionary War. Canada, Mexico belonged to us. So did Greenland. Come on, let's do it. U.S. anti-cartel ground operation in Mexico by. Let's check the poly market here. Will the U.S. be putting boots on the ground? March 31st, 19%. June 30th, 35%. What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Looks like a 35% chance, man. Woo! Yeah, dude, I'm just saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. 35% is quite a chance. I mean, geez. Yeah, that's wild. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We will see what happens. Again, we are prone to changing our mind at the last second. I don't like missing out on these kind of things. We had a great show stacked up. We had 20 plus guests that would have been joining our live stream from inside of the U.S. Capitol. But if we can't get there, we just can't get there. And I ain't driving for 20 hours. And we're not gonna pack everything in a van and go drive up there. It's just not. There's some things that are worth it for that, but like DC is just such a nightmare when it snows. So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. American Financing, our partner on this program, can make sure that you have an American future, that you are locked in. It's something that President Trump's going to talk a lot about. The economy. Expect the economy to be like the main focus, obviously. And I hope that the administration focuses more domestically. And I really pray that they don't go to war with Iran, but we'll see. We'll see what happens today. American Financing, the math ain't mathin' when it comes to paying 20 and 30% usury rates for your credit cards. Get those rates back down to the fives where they belong, where President Trump says should be legal. It should be illegal to charge these kind of rates. Anyway, until that law passes or until that executive order is there, American Financing can help you reconsolidate your debt. America's home for home loans is American Financing at 888-528-1219. That's 888-528-1219. AmericanFinancing.net/Benny. AmericanFinancing.net/Benny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll announce what our final decision is, but it just ain't looking good. And it's not up to us. I checked this morning. There are almost 500 canceled flights into DCA. That's where we'd have to fly into. All the airports are the same. So I don't know what to do. We'll pray on it. How about that with our verse of the day? Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I shall give you rest. It's amazing. You can always tell. I know we're pretty high energy on this program, but like for good reason. We're excited about America and the future of the country. You got to be, man. I'm having kids. Like you got to be excited for that. You got to have something to fight for. You can always tell the people who are like, the people who are not like right with it. You can always see these people. They don't have rest. Being peaceful, sleeping like a baby. These are gifts from God. It's constant throughout the scriptures. Gifts from God. Peaceful sleep, rest, solemnity, calm. These are gifts of God. And you should make sure that your life is structured and ordered in a peaceful way for peace. We pray for peace. We do not want more war. Make sure that you are throwing and giving your burdens over to Christ. I pray every single morning. We read our Bibles every single day. We're just simple Christians. And you will find peace. Again, we sleep like a baby around here. And find that rest, especially if you're snowed in right now. Thank you for watching. And we hope that this show has brought you a little warm comfort. It's your boy, Benny. March with us. The victory is assured. See ya.
It was never easy for me. I was born a poor black child.
Where the truth gon' be, faith and freedom on your TV screen. Stand up strong, battle through the night. The Benny Show's here, bringing liberty to life. From the speeches to debates, Benny sharp like a blade, cutting through the lies, watch the truth cascade. With the warrior's heart, this man never fades. You know it's prime time when Benny invades. From saving the nation to stories untold, the Benny Show's a storm, see the truth unfold. Stay in the loop, let freedom take hold. Salting all the libs, soul never sold. It's the Benny Show, where the truth gon' be, faith and freedom on your TV screen. Stand up strong, battle through the night. The Benny Show's here, bringing liberty to light. Liberty to light, bringing liberty to light. Liberty to light, bringing liberty to light. From the speeches to debates, Benny sharp like a blade, cutting through the lies, watch the truth cascade. With the warrior's heart, this man never fades. You know it's prime time when Benny invades. From saving the nation to stories untold, the Benny Show's a storm, see the truth unfold. Stay in the loop, let freedom take hold. Salting all the libs, soul never sold. It's the Benny Show, where the truth gon' be, faith and freedom on your TV screen. Stand up strong, battle through the night. The Benny Show's here, bringing liberty to light. Bringing liberty to light. Bringing liberty to light. Bringing liberty to light. Bringing liberty to light.